All right there. So welcome to another stream. And yeah, this was a paid request from Predminator for me to do a live commentary on Aliens, the special edition. That's what the request was for specifically the special edition, which is fine because that's the version I prefer. So, we're going to celebrate Aliens today and we'll watch my preferred version as well. So we'll be doing it that way. But just set up and paused here. But we'll talk for a little bit, see if anyone comes into the chat and stuff. So I won't start the film yet. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I doubt there's going to be a big turnout. People don't be very busy on a Saturday night, but the idea was it was going to happen on Friday for Friday Night Live. Friday Night Lives, but I talked to them about it, and Uncle Bill's like, I'm not really in the mood to watch anything. So then they did the summer blockbuster thing, which was a lot of fun. I figured, well, then I'll just do the commentary today because it is the day. Today is the day. Premiere, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good. Hey, yes, happy 40th to Aliens, which has become, throughout the years, my favorite film of all time. I would say, years ago, I would have said Hard Target or something else. But I think this one, it jumped that because as much as I love Hard Target, this has that combination of genres, action and horror, which are my two favorites, and just the storyline, the characters, the action, spectacle, just really pulls it all together fairly well. Jamro, if you want to request that, sure. It'd be funny because I don't remember anything about Tenebrae. So it'd be funny to watch that again because I don't remember a single thing about Tenebrae, and I'm sure he'd be much more knowledgeable. I'd be making jokes. So if you want to request that, Jamro, that's fine. If you want to, feel free. Like I said, people can request pretty much any type of commentary or live stream or whatever. Feel free to send it, and we'll do it. Hey, everyone in the chat. There's not that many people in the chat. Predminator. It's like 5 other people. But yeah, there's Alex, there's Jamaral, there's you. So this will probably be about it. So hey there, Don. Hope you're doing well. 50 on my end. Oh, don't worry, that'll be down short. I did see you did a stream earlier. Sorry I did not watch. I was busy doing something else. Plus, I knew I was going to watch this movie later, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch the film twice in one day, but I have it saved to watch on a different day. No, we could do a live commentary, Jeremy. That's fine. That's no problem. Like I said, if anyone wants to request any type of live commentary or live stream, be my guest. No, I've just been busy with stuff. I had to do some caulking on the windows and such to prevent a bit more of dripping through the windows. Just the roofing was not done the best. So spent a bit caulking. So did a bit of that. Watched Young Washington, which was, I don't know, it was hard to get through. No, he's busy with stuff. Plus, I mean, we already did a commentary together on this, so I guess it made sense for me to do something different, just do it solo. Because I already did a commentary with him on this version of the film, so this time would be me solo doing it. Made sense because that'd be a bit different. That and it's been a while since I did a commentary on this solo. So we'll wait a couple more minutes in case anyone that wants to pop into the chat and watch along. It's the special edition. I'm paused at the beginning. Okay. I'll be right when the Fox logo is slowly creeping in. Like slowly fading in. When it's time, I'll count down. But not yet. Yes, this is the last good Alien movie for me. Yes. It is absolutely the last good Alien film. We have not had a good Alien film in 40 years, which is sad but true. Just like Metallica says. Sad but true. Sad but true. Your PS4 often turns off for a bit. Is that normal? Your PS4 just turning off? I don't know if that's normal. You have like some sleep thing on it, or your PS4 is breaking down? Back when Fox existed. They don't exist anymore. I mean, I guess technically you say they're with Disney, but they got bought out, and no, tell you Fox doesn't exist anymore because they changed the name. On a problem, Jamal. You have a good night. But yeah, for the folks who have just come in, I have not started yet. Figure just talk for a little bit, 5-10 minutes or so before we start, so that people want to get ready to watch on whatever 20th Century Studios. That's the name of it. 20th Century Studios, which is a shittier sounding name than Fox. Team Ben, I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing well. How's it going with you? Again, I've not started the film yet. It will be the special edition. When I count down, it'll be right when the Fox logo is fading in. I'm doing okay, Psycho Hobo. Hope you're doing well. I don't know that TV. I don't know. I've never dealt with that TV, so I can't tell you if it's a good brand or not. I can't answer your question. I don't know why they did not put this in the theaters. You would think this would be a natural, but I don't make those decisions. Hey, Yule, hope you're doing well, man. I mean, I like the film as is. I don't know about seeing anything added. I mean, I'm not going to complain about more action, but I mean, I like the film as is. Got Alien 2 on Earth. Well, you better take that out and throw in the garbage. Because I ain't worth shit, Scratch Burno. But how you doing, man? Yeah, you might as well take Alien 2 on Earth and throw it onto the Earth and step on it. Because ain't worth a pot to piss in. Yeah, I don't know why this did not get a release. Tis even wasn't like Predator or Predator 2 got released in theaters around when Predator or Prey was out. You seen the Odyssey? I have not seen the Odyssey. I don't think I've been requested the Odyssey. I'm just tired of people fucking talking about it already. Not you, but just the controversy, and there's like people getting a bug up their ass about it. And I'm like, I don't know, this is really the hill you want to die on for this film. I just thought the trailer looked boring, but I don't know. Yeah, they don't have they don't have IMAX stuff around here, so. Can't believe it's been 4 years since the movie came out. Used to have the T-Ream. Oh, okay, I didn't know you had a T-Ream. That's cool. Sorry that you lost it. I just would get started. Like I said, I knew it wasn't going to be a big turnout or anything, so no point in waiting around. So, Premiere, let me know when you're ready, and I'll count down. Again, I'm watching Special Edition. When I start, there'll be when the Fox logo is fading into the logo, and we'll go from there. I was going to say Gold Child was not 50 years, it was 40, but you got it. That's what I was waiting. I'm kind of holding my tongue. I'm like, is he going to? And yeah, I'm like, he's going to fix that, right? Yep, he is. And you did. I'm like, yeah, Golden Child wasn't 50, but you got it. You got it. I was like, let me bite my tongue. I'm like, you got it. The camera in the Odyssey used 300-pound camera. So, Steven Seagal camera. Well, hope they used it responsibly. But yeah, Premiere, let me know when you're ready since you're the one who requested this. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about the movies today. I mean, Evil Dead Burn came out. I know Mark hated it. A lot of people didn't like it in the chat and Dead Pit. They said it was pretty much the same shit you've seen. I've not heard of them. Premiere, you ready? Cool. So we'll get started. Let me go over here. I pause the beginning. Oh, cool, Kingpin. I pause the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So you got the Fox logo coming up, and I'd probably start a little bit late, but it's going to fade out about now. And then where I'm at, it says, come on, flat screen, a Brandywine production. So Aliens, saw this the first time on VHS tape. I had the VHS tape of this. I sadly do not have it anymore. I had this on VHS tape, and I do not know why, but this opening, for some reason, as a 7-year-old, scared me. I don't know why. I didn't get scared by many stuff, but I got scared. What was it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I first saw it. Blair Witch Project when I first saw it creeped me out. But then before those, when I'm like 7 years old, I'm watching this opening, and for some reason it creeped me out. I think it's like the music, that percussion, and then that kind of choir. Oh, for some reason that creeped me out. I mean, I have this on DVD. I got this on Blu-ray. I got a fan done 4K. So, I mean, I'm a massive fan of the film. Oh, hey, Fist for Life. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been, man? I haven't seen in a long while. I have not read much of the Dark Horse comics. I know of them. I remember having some Alien vs. Predator ones. It was like Survival of the Fittest, but yeah, I can't remember head or tails about it. So yeah, I don't really have much of them, sadly. I've heard of them. There's one that was going to be kind of Hicks and Newt, but they had to change it, so it wasn't really Newt anymore, and I forget what that comic was called. But yeah, Sally, yeah, if I maybe flipped through them in a comic book shop, but it was decades ago. Yes, it is the special edition. 2 hours and 34 minutes, I believe. Like the little condensation around the set. And yeah, Sigourney Weaver coming back, bit of a bigger paycheck. I don't think she wanted to come back at first. And then taught, because she said like people didn't know how to write Ripley and they wanted to write her a bit more vulgar, a little bit more this and that. And then ultimately James Cameron got the job and he's writing this and Rambo 2 at the same time. So he's writing this and Rambo for Split Part 2. Now Rambo 2, he said that Stallone wrote the politics and he wrote the action. So it seems like him and Stallone didn't really get along. And then this, of course, would come out a year after Rambo 2. But of course, he did this overseas, and the crew were really pissed off at him because they loved Ridley Scott, and they made fun of him and his wife, Gail Ann Hurd, called him Grizzly Adams and shit. And James Cameron, he was prickly. I mean, he was a perfectionist, but he's very prickly, and the whole incident with the tea is like, fuck your tea, and just fucked over the tea cart. A bit of rebellion. I forget, like he fired like the DP or someone like that. I know that's something people always pick about how in the future, when you see these movies in the future, just how it's the future based on the technology back then. Of course it would. So the monitors are only like the computers at the time. Um, I mean, you can't judge a film on that because it doesn't have some time travel gimmick to know that monitors and everything was going to be that way 10, 20, 30 years from now. So that's why when I call the film dated, T2's getting re-release. Yeah, I heard about that. Is this the only time James Cameron's justified being a dit to the crew? Well, I mean, it seemed like they were dit to him first. So, I mean, if they were, by all intents and purposes, by all the stories, it seems like they were a dit to him first. Like, you're the director, you're doing a multi-million-dollar sequel to Alien, which even at that time was a classic. That's a lot of pressure. You had done a smaller film, The Terminator, so now you got a lot more pressure on you. This is a big studio, Fox. I mean, yeah, you have to do what the director's telling you, and when they're not listening to you and they're being pricks, being a prick bat makes sense. So, yeah, justified, yes, I would say so. They need a 4K. They do have a 4K of Aliens. Now, some people liked it, some people did not like it. I didn't buy it because, I don't know, I heard some weird, some iffy things about it, so I just got a fan one, but there is a 4K of those. But yeah, here's Paul Reiser as Burke, which interesting that he got this role. He was mainly known for comedy. This is before Bad About You with Helen Hunt, though. But anytime I see Paul Reiser, I always think of Burke from Aliens. I can't help it. He really solidified that role as Burke. Just the prick. You just see him. Yeah, there goes the prick. This fucking tie business. What do you ship out my tie? Oh, that's a different movie. Now, of course, this is a dream. I'm sure back then when people first saw this, they knew when the chest burst was coming. That'd be a realization. Okay, this gotta be some kind of dream because we know she's in the rest of the movie. She's not going to die. But I remember the commentary is something of people are expecting the chest burster again because that was such a big deal in Aliens. So let's try to get that image out of the way. We see the fruition of that later on when they find the poor chick on the wall and the actual chest burster, but I just they want to get that image out of the way, and then instead people go, "What's the chest burster gonna be like this?" Jones, the lone survivor of the franchise. It's the only character that lived. Which video games? Multiple Alien video games. Yeah, Jones is the lone survivor. I'm assuming she got a babysitter for the cat. I can imagine whoever's that babysitter like, fuck, I guess I own this cat now. The bitch never came back. She's supposed to be back in 2 weeks. I guess this cat's mine now. There'll be like a fucking comic book about what happened to Jones the cat. Person got another cat, had kittens, kitten cats, sacks, and wives. How many went to St. Ives? Yeah, I played Alien Isolation on the channel. It's on the channel. What the hell does Pale Rider Unforgiven have to do with this movie? Now, this is the first scene added to the special edition. I do not know why you would take this out though. I get that you have a certain running time, but I mean the movie's going to be long as is. This is like an important character point. Why you would take this out? This explains even more why Ripley's so adamant to rescue Newt because she lost one daughter. She didn't want to lose, like because she lost one daughter, still fresh in her mind. That's even more why she's adamant to protect this girl because the girl she had is gone, but she could protect this girl. And so you have a girl that lost her mom, you have a mom who lost her girl. The tweens shall meet. Like this is a pretty important character point, and I think this Hudson sharp sticks that line and them giving their first names at the end should have been kept in. Because the other two are so brief and they're memorable. Why not? And again, I don't know why you would cut this out. So there's Amanda Ripley, the star of Alien Isolation. The first time I even heard about Special Edition, I believe it was Cinescape. There was a magazine called Cinescape. And I have a couple of them over there. And I would flip through them, and it talked about special editions. This is when Laserdisc was becoming a thing, or was a thing, Laserdisc. And I believe, well, the first time you saw footage was the TV premiere of this film. And it's actually, someone did a video on it on YouTube about when this first premiered. Now, of course, they have to cut violence or language, but to make up for that time, they put in deleted footage. So some of this footage you would see in that premiere on TV. I forget what channel it was on. And then properly you first saw a Laserdisc. I did not have a Laserdisc of anything. Hell, I only have these two because someone sent them to me, and I don't have a Laserdisc player. It was DVD. It was the first. It was the DVD had come out, and I watched it. Then I'm like, wow, okay, this is cool. I like some of this new stuff. Except I don't give a shit a whole lot about the colony stuff. Honestly, that shit could have stayed. The turret stuff I liked. The turret stuff was cool. I did cut that out for a theatrical, but I mean, it would have been fun to keep. But the other stuff, I think you definitely should have kept. But I like the turret stuff. I know this scene's a bit longer in the special edition, where it's more about them demoting her and her getting fired, more so. But this has a lot of good lines. Did iTunes drop sharply when I was away? This bitch. I always hated this bitch. Not the actress, but the character with her fucking Kim Cattrall Star Trek 6 haircut. Vulcan haircut. Fucking Vulcan. This is not what happened. You know, I mean, shut the fuck up, put a cock in your mouth and smoke it. You bitch. You know what the fuck you talking about, you idiot. You fucked up. Have an alien goober on your face. You're wrong. Should get banned, a dead ban. Fuck off. Thank you, Movie Machine. I was 3 years old. I did not see this in the theater. In '86, I would have been 3. Take care, Dawn. Go water your flowers so you don't piss in them. Good luck. Make sure you shake before you come back. I only have a VHS player of this movie other than the Blu-ray. Well, I mean, the Blu-ray's fine. Wonder if someone took the time to read all that stuff in the background. I bet someone did. But yeah, this stuff's added where they really fire the shit out of her. It was cool to see this. I mean, was it necessary? No, but it was cool to see this. Just make you feel for the character even more. That she got fucked by the company. Both sides on Sunday. Just dame banged her career when she did nothing wrong. Bit of a drink. Fuck off, Burke. She's like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this guy. Willfare number 1, no. They're busy with wives. As in real life. It is cool if you find the film to watch online, the 35mm version of this, because of just the darker coloring, the darker lighting, the scratches. It's definitely great. I'm watching this on like a Blu-ray copy of it. Now, of course, this is the biggest change, and honestly, they could have kept this out. I honestly don't give a shit about this scene. Usually, when I watch it, I just skip this scene. Like literally, I just skip it. And what's cool is that if you just hit the select, it skips the whole thing right to her smoking her cigarette. So I just skip the shit because this is the one thing I don't like about Special Edition. I wish you could have the 35mm cut of Aliens, but then add the other shit except this scene. Because I do not like this scene. This scene I don't give a fuck about. I think we don't need to see what Hallie's hope is. We see it with the aftermath. It's more mysterious. And I think when I first saw it, I'm like, it's cool because I've never seen it before. But with repeated viewings, it's like, nah, I don't give a fuck about this. As a deleted scene, curiosity, sure. As part of the film, no. I think it just slows the pacing down. I don't know. Always with this guy for a split second, I thought it was Rick Dukeman from The Birds, but it's not. Nice little detail. They got sweat stains on the back to show a little bit of, I don't know, just a little bit of details. Well, Movie Machine, send in the pay request and I'll do it. They changed them shirts. They changed them damn shirts. It's too sweaty. But yeah, you didn't need any of this in it. This could have been easily cut out. Well, it was cut out, but keep it cut out. I like the character Bishop. Lance Henriksen did a really good job. But yeah, the first time I saw a special edition would have been the DVD version. And I remember being, wow, okay, this is cool. It's different. It's unique. I'd seen the film multiple times on VHS. So, yeah, the 4K, I just don't really care to get the official 4K because I don't like the use of AI to work on the picture quality, which is ironic because James Cameron did a thing on the Terminator that's about AI and the terror of AI, but then he fucking uses it. Hypocrite. Samuel, hello there. I mean, I get they're like, hey, we want to show the alien, well, they want to show the ship from the first movie. Martin, I started. We're 18 special edition, 18 minutes and 45 seconds in. It's Newton and the family going to the derelict. Why the fuck do you want a remake of Alien? The only way you want a remake of Alien is if you're fucking stupid. I need to go online, find a 35 millimeter of this again. But the thing is, if you do find it, it's going to be a shit ton of gigabytes. Like 20, 30 gigabytes. At least. Yeah, now news watching the parents go into the derelict. Dumb fucks. I do remember in the Cinestate magazine seeing pictures of this, like seeing pictures of these two parents looking with and I'm like, what is that scene? I mean, this is before internet where you just look it up and find in 5 minutes. When people read magazines, I mean, I still got some over there. But I know, I think there's a story from someone about how even on Laserdisc, Cameron would try to fuck with like the picture and stuff, and even the people who like worked on the Laserdisc, they would get annoyed by Cameron. Like, dude, can you leave? Like, you know. So I think even since then he's been screwing with the picture and such. I forget the details. Do you own the 70 millimeter version on Blu-ray? There is no 70 millimeter version of this film on Blu-ray. What are you talking about, Kevin? I don't have a 35 millimeter link. That's why I said I have to find it. Primarily, you just don't have to look for it on your own because I don't even have it. Oh, Sammy, I already talked about Jonesy. I already talked about 10 minutes ago. And here we got William Hope. William Hope will later be in the game Alien Isolation as a voice. Yeah, 40 years old now. Do you like the idea in the scene before that the cigarette, the filter's gone so far because she's been there for a while? Get the idea she's been having nightmares for quite a bit of time. PTSD. Yeah, it continues. Yep, Marshall Waits was the character voice in Alien Isolation. Cameron Kruder, I'm guessing you've never watched my channel if you have to ask that question. If you sincerely have to ask that question, then I guess you've never watched my channel. So, not being a dick, I'm just stating a fact. And see, this makes sense that you have the character that would say no at first. It's like, no, I'm not going back into the monster's den. I'm not going back into hell and high water. I won't be jumping for joy to go back, despite the reassurance. Oh, there'll be firepower, all this and that. And him trying to bait her with that. What a sniveling prick Burke is. As ironic, she says that I wouldn't be any use to you when she becomes the most useful fucking person. One of the last people standing. And another nightmare. We saw I have a nightmare earlier. We know what the nightmare is about. We know she's had a history of it. So Cameron did a good job establishing the motive as to why, because that's the question the audience would have. Why the fuck would you ever go back? Why the hell would you ever put yourself back into that position, into that lion's den? And to establish this, the nightmare at the beginning, the cigarette thing. So that was probably another time she had a nightmare. Here's another one done in different ways to show why she decides to say yes to this, to make the audience sympathize, make the audience understand as to why she does this. That is good writing. And she states pretty clear facts, or like like a pretty good goal to wipe them out. But she trusted the wrong person. Slimy dickhead. There's so many Berts in many companies today. Well, it's always been, not just today. Go back to Wall Street. Michael Douglas. Greed is good. I mean, folks, it's not just today. Companies have always been that way. Like Sony. Sony does not give a fuck about you with the video game stuff. They're not going to save. They don't care. They never cared. Hey, Greg. I always love the look of the ship, the way it looks like a pulse rifle, which I'm sure was done on purpose. Now this is added for special edition. This slow kind of pan over, which is reminiscent of the first Alien, where you have the slow pan looking at the ship before they wake up in the first Alien. So there's kind of a nod to that. But this was cut out of the theatrical cut. But I like this. And of course, since we're getting to the Marines, James Remar was the first to be hired as Hicks. But I think he got hired because Walter Hill was the producer, and Walter Hill had used James Remar in the film The Warriors and 48 Hours. He was the bad guy in that 48 Hours. But James Remar had a drug problem. And I believe he was like in a hotel room or something. And they said, you got to go. Meaning, like, overseas, if they find you with drugs, you pretty much get kicked the fuck out of the country. So then they had to get another person. They got Michael Biehn last minute because Michael Biehn worked with James Cameron. And Michael Biehn flew in. He didn't have to do the training. And he had to tape James Remar's gear. So there's like this heart, which he hated because he said it looked like a bullseye, which I don't blame him. Like, if you're trying to be stealthy, it'd be weird to have this bright red heart there, but he could change it. Now, this was done with a mirror. At the end, there's a mirror to make it look like there's a lot more than there are cryopods. And I know Walter Hill was pissed with James Remar for the longest time because of that. No problem, Lucas. Now we're introduced. We have Mark Rolston, who was in the Rush Hour movie as Drake. He was one of the FBI guys. We got, of course, Bill Paxton. We got Michael Biehn here. Oh, hey, Down is Up. Oh, yeah, James Remar, you didn't know that? Yeah, James Remar was Hicks. He actually shot some footage in the movie that is in when the Marines are in the rain and they're going to the compound. When it's the back, some of those James Remar. But I think someone said the way James Remar played it, he was more like, I don't know, boisterous, but Michael Biehn played it, he said, much more cooler, quieter. But yeah, James Remar had a drug problem. So he got found, they kicked him out of the country, and then again, Walter was pissed at him for the longest time. Like, I stuck up for you because we did the Warriors in 48 hours. What the fuck? So that's why Walter Hill didn't cast James Remar in future films. So you had Jeanette Goldstein as Vasquez, which is, this bullshit, she's not that race. Fuck it. Jeanette Goldstein did fine. She did better than fine. She was good. I don't give a shit. You're just too bad. They definitely fucked. Vasquez and Drake definitely fucked. Was she on top? That's the question. Maybe. But yeah, the cast all worked well together. Stupid ass colonists. Yeah, boys, good for you. Just she don't like the cornbread either. And the one you had was male. It don't matter. There you go. Now, of course, Lance Henriksen is Bishop, which I know Lance Henriksen had this thing where he wanted to have two pupils in an eye, and James Cameron said that's a bit much. Now, so many films had done this before. I mean, after. Was this the first film to do this, though? Because so many films afterward did this with the knife. I'm trying to say, are there films before that did this knife trick thing? There you go. Bill Pass's reaction is priceless, and Lance Henriksen with the knife. Thank you. Because Lance Henriksen was in the Terminator, as well as Bill, Lance, and Michael Biehn. It was funny, man. Of course, Ripley finding out that he's a android, and that's a setup. How do we make Ripley know Bishop's an android? He cuts himself. How does he cut himself? With the knife thing. So you have the knife thing, which is a cool moment, but it shows he cut himself. So Ripley sees she's an android, and then she gets pissed because Ash, the android, tried to fucking rape her mouth with a goddamn magazine. I'd be pissed at fucking androids too if they try to rape my mouth with a magazine or anything. Not even just with a dick, with a dildo, with a fucking pencil. Try to put anything in my mouth, I'd hate androids forever. So I don't blame her. But yet, Bishop works out in the end. Yeah, it is justified. And Sigourney Weaver, people forget, Sigourney Weaver was nominated for an Oscar for this role, which was very cool. Nominated for an Oscar, which is not common for this kind of film to get nomination for Best Actress. I guess you don't like cornbread either. I like that guy too. I always forget his name though. The guy who said you don't like cornbread either. He was on Michael Bihn's podcast. I forget his name though. Yeah, a lot of people copied that knife scene with Bishop, even in multiple movies too. And Lance actually did that in AVP with a pen as a little nod. But like other movies have done that knife thing. And Hudson, sir, he's his. This is where Gorman just does not. Rico Ross, thank you, Rico Ross. Now, someone pointed this out to me when Michael Biehn, when Vasquez goes, where they are. Watch Michael Biehn, he mouths the words that Vasquez is saying. Like when she does the where they are, if you look at Michael Biehn, he actually mouths the words that Vasquez says. I didn't notice that before, but I'm like, okay, that's a cool little thing. Like he's heard this before. Vasquez has been this way before. Yeah, see, Michael Biehn does it. Like he's heard this before from her. Yeah, you see Michael Biehn going. The hiccup in audio, I didn't notice it. But yeah, I never knew that for the longest time. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That Michael Biehn moused the Vasquez's dialogue. And there's Ripley trying to tell him, you guys gonna get fucked up. Don't underestimate this. How I did his chicken shit outfit. You should do that shit, Hudson. I love it. Al Matthews, who was actually in the military and was kind of in a way, their drill sergeant for the training. But yes, Al Matthews. I think sadly he's passed away. And then, of course, Bill Paxton has passed away sadly. That was a tough loss, man. Elbows and assholes. Hudson here. Come here. Of course, the stuff before I loved look into my eye and all that. All these little quirks that make the characters work. The designs, the models. Like this would just be a CGI shot and just would not have the same physicality as a model shot. And of course, this is to tell people about the power loader, to let people know it exists and that Ripley can control it. So later on, it doesn't come out of nowhere. Of course, James Cameron would have these kind of things done in full CGI in Avatar, but I do not think they look nearly as good in Avatar as they do here. Reality just works so much better, practical. But yeah, I know Michael Bean. He does his podcast. He's doing that movie now with Arnold. I think Michael Bean has like a supporting role though, smaller role. But yeah, you can't get more real than real. Exactly. Now I know when she did this, there was a guy behind her, and there was jokes of, his erection, or is that your dick? But yeah, there's a guy behind her doing this stuff. Also during the fight at the end, against the alien queen. So there's a guy behind her as she's doing this stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're doing that for real in camera. It holds up. Bay 12, please. Nor Darth Goldust. They're not up at night. They're asleep at night. Love the pulse rifles. I love the design of these things. It's one of my favorite weapons of all time is the pulse rifles. I love the look of them. I love the sound design they did. Smart guns look cool too, but I love the pulse rifles. And yeah, I just love the look, the design. I love the unique sound effect they gave. Easily one of my favorite weapons in movies. Yeah, Cameron I know has said that he would make the CGI, the Alien Queen CGI today, which shows how fucking stupid it is. He's become very, very stupid man. He loves AI, even though he talked about how bad they are in Terminator. He hates guns, even though he did the Terminator and Aliens, which had guns. James Cameron's become a bona fide fucking pussy. Fuck James Cameron. This is when James Cameron had balls, but Linda Hamilton took him in the divorce. I maintain Linda Hamilton divorced him, took his balls. She went home with the balls. Maybe she swallowed them, and that's what happened to her voice. Her voice got much more hoarse from swallowing James Cameron's balls. And then Cameron made a bunch of pussy ass movies. Because Titanic was a pussy movie, and Avatar was a pussy movie. And I didn't even see the other two because they're probably bigger pieces of pussy movies. So I'll see Avatar 2 and 3 if I get a good request for them. Otherwise, fuck them movies. How do I feel about them? See, that was a pussy ass burp. Wasn't even a good burp. Fits with pussy ass movies. Fuck Avatar and fuck Titanic. In my opinion. Yeah, he's a fucking sellout. That's a good way to put it. He's a sellout. I mean, to be fair, he got a shitload of money, so congrats to him. But hell, he sold out for Titanic. He didn't have to sell it for Avatar as well. Samuel, they've had their chances to do that and they still don't do it. So I don't understand how Avatar became the most successful picture in history at the time. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. Express elevator to hell. Going down. Bill Paxton had a tough role because normally this kind of role would be very annoying, irritating, and you want the character to die. But he made it his own. He made it where it was charming, it was likable, he had very funny lines of dialogue, and then he went out like a badass. Sadly, he died, but he tried. He didn't go down like a bitch. Spineless filmmakers. Today, all of them. I don't know. I still have yet to see that. I have that downloaded, that Aliens documentary that's about 4 hours long. I still haven't watched it yet because I got to make the time to watch 4 hours of the shit. But I have it. Aliens Expanded, because I'm not paying $100 for it for a Blu-ray. That's just the documentary. Fuck that. That should not be $100. So I just found it for free somewhere and downloaded it. Movie thoughts? What does that have to do with aliens? I love that Hicks is just sleeping. He's used to this. Just another drop. Would have been interesting to know what other bud hunts they went on before this. I'm surprised they've never done a comic book series that shows these characters on bug hunt missions before this. I mean, they've done so many other different comics, and they've done Colonial Marines comics, but how come? I mean, I guess you'd have to get the rights of the characters to be fair. You'd have to get the license of the faces, and then you have to pay for it. And they don't want to do that, but I think for like a special project, that'd be pretty cool. Throw a little cash their way, and because this is added for the special edition. Hudson telling about what they got here. Ball breakers. Knives, sharp sticks. To show how cocky some of these people are before they go in. And I know James Cameron doesn't want to say it now, but this was easily a Vietnam metaphor. He may fucking change his mind now or say it's not, but it's a fucking Vietnam metaphor. Gary Blow, why the fuck are you bringing up Chris Hansen? Stop saying stupid shit. Dude. My fucking god, dude. I say it every time. You just come in and say stupid random shit. The fuck does that have to do with aliens or anything, dude? I swear, each time you come in, I wonder if you're on fucking meditation or something. Every time. Holy fuck, dude. Are you on meditation? Or are you not on meditation? Holy fuck, dude. Every time. Just say dumb, random shit. I'm sorry, but, you know. Yeah, so yeah, he said on the commentary, Vietnam allegory. But then he wants to argue it with other shit. So yeah, he said it himself. And Below, I mean, not trying to be rude, it's just every single time you do this. It's like, come on, dude. And you say you'll not do it next time, then you do it next time. You keep repeating it. But yeah, the Vietnam allegory, I mean, it's the military thinking they'll take over and win Vietnam. Probably think it's funny. Well, I don't. It's annoying. But the military going in, like the U.S. going full force and thinking they'll take it over, but then the opposition using the environment and using their basic abilities is able to not only stand toe to toe, but overcome the supposed superior forces with the technology and such. Because you're in our home team now, you're in our land now, you're in our world, bitch. Yeah, if you in some of these scenes and from the bat, it was James Remar's hits, but I can't tell. Uh, Tyrese's PTSD in the Terminator. I don't know about that. Um, I can't say anything about that. I never really thought of it that way. See, this is why you didn't need the Halley's Hope scene at all, because this should be our first inclination of Halley's Hope, and then you just see the destruction, and your mind fills in what did or didn't happen. I do think I like the VHS. I probably say I like the VHS DVD versions of this movie more because it feels like each time they do aliens, they brighten up the picture a bit too much. Like this feels a bit too bright. I remember in the 35 millimeter, this everything seemed a bit darker, a bit more atmospheric. Here, it just seems a bit too bright. Ultimate cut of Aliens. Take the 35 millimeter version of the film, and then add in the special edition stuff, except the Halley's Hope bit. They have the 35 millimeter, but again, and then add the other bits except the Halley's Hope bit. No, James Remar would have been an awful Hicks. He would not have fit. Michael Bean fit a lot better as Hicks. James Remar would not have worked. Yeah, I would keep the turret scenes. They're cool. Like I said, I would keep everything but the Halley's Hope bit. So yes, that includes the turret scenes. If I was in charge of the Alien franchise, what would you do? Let it burn. Just don't make anymore. Don't make any more movies. I would go back to the original source of Aliens and I would clean it up in a better way than using AI shit. Joseph Pittman doing okay? How you doing? Yeah, I noticed that guy in the chat is not in here right now. He's like, "Were you mad they killed Newt in Alien 3?" And I'm like, "I guess you haven't watched my channel. You would know the answer." Because I've answered that probably 100 times. You'll love this. Like you said, they definitely bad one of Ripley's bad guys. So at least they, like you said, did put up some kind of fight. How did Newt survive? I guess same way Amanda Ripley survived, or the other people survived, and also you gotta think when things started to go haywire, there would have been one alien that came out from Newt's dad. So then that one alien would have gotten up, gotten out, and grow up and attacked. Now, how many people got face HUD before the shit hit the fan? So the initial fight, how many aliens were there? Were there 2, 3, 4? Because then they took a lot of the colonists, and then that's why you have so many aliens. But in the initial battle, how many were there? So if Newt hid, and then if she got like a bunch of food and stayed there, staying in a place that really had no way of getting in, then there you go. Obviously, it must have lasted for a bit because you see like all the shit they put in front of it. Which means the aliens are probably taking some. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they don't need the flashlights. It's so damn bright. Again, in the VHS and I think even the DVD, this is a lot darker. But for some reason, with the probably more so the 4K, like Blu-ray 4K, they made it too bright. Again, it's like, why the fuck do you need flashlights? Again, if you watch the 35 millimeter version, yeah, the scene's a lot darker, as it's supposed to be. Again, you think Cameron would know better, but no, it wasn't that dark. Far from it. So this shows definitely lasts for a bit since they caught some. Because some of these are alive, it makes me wonder how the fuck did they catch them? Like, how the fuck did they catch these face huggers? Because that one's alive. Looks like love at first sight to me. Even he says, the this and this is live, the rest are dead. With a net. I hate to be the guy with the net to try to get close to them, especially how fast they are. Because we see how fast they are later on. They have to be really good with that net. Jumping around and going all around like that. Oh, and this is where I'm going to find Newt pretty soon. Played by Terry Henn. But yeah, Aliens I first saw on VHS tape back in the day. Alien 3 I probably first saw on VHS as well, but then that shit the bed. And yeah, the only movie she was in. Which, I mean, she seems happy. She seemed, she well adjusted. Didn't go through some of the crap other kids went through, and that way she's not insane or anything. So maybe that's for the better. I mean, if there's one film to be in, this is the film to do it. Even got to be in the poster and everything. Well, it depends which poster, but yeah. Aliens being discussed, my ears were burning. Fond memories of hunting down the Legacy DVD set all over the place and ended up finding it in the warehouse. Very nice. Yeah, again, if you don't be in one film, this is the film to be in. So, if I had to pick one film to be in, it'd be this one. But yeah, the Blu-ray and especially the 4K, just too bright. They definitely brighten it too much. Because the original, I swear, the DVD and the VHS was definitely darker than this, like in a good way. Because again, you watch it now, it's like, why the fuck do they have flashlights? Everything's so goddamn bright. It's brighter than this room, but they're using flashlights. Like I said, if you do find the 35 millimeter online, it's cool to watch that. Michael Bean been in his hand in 3 Cameron films he starred in. Yeah, Linda Hamilton does it in Terminator. Does he bite his own hand in the abyss, or was it Ed Harris? Or was it? I'm trying to remember who bit in the abyss. No, I think he was it Ed Harris. Can't remember. I haven't seen the abyss in a while. Okay, it is Ed Harris. Been a long time since I've seen the abyss. I like it, but it's been a while. Well, Lance Henriksen's not in the best condition. I mean, I'm not surprised. He's up there in age. Yeah, I've seen the video. It's the 50s film Them. If you watch Them, there's a lot of similarity in the shots. I've seen that video. I like Them. It's actually, I probably put them in my top 10 50s movies from the 50s. Them is fun. I like it. They killed the characters in Alien 3 because they want to do a different story that doesn't involve the characters from Alien 3. Why didn't you just have them in stasis or something? Don't ask me. I didn't write it. I don't know. Hey there, Bobby. Now, there is a scene cut out here that was not in this version of the film where it's the end of the scene where Terry Henn almost bites Michael Bean's hand again. And he's like, make sure she don't have rabies. Something like that. And also Drake earlier, he's like in the hallway, like, oh, forget her, man. Like, who gives a shit about her? So nobody was liking Newt. And they cut that stuff out. Like, Drake's like, forget about her, man. And again, Hicks here is like, better check to see if she has rabies. But they cut that out. Justin Pim, I don't give a shit about Predator 3. Dolph Goldust has nothing to do with aliens. I don't know why you're asked about Peacemaker. Okay, here's the thing. If people want to ask about random stuff, send in a super chat. I'll answer it. Otherwise, I'm sticking to aliens. This was a request for Premiere about aliens. I'm not talking about DC and others. If people want to send a super chat, I'll answer it. But, I'm sticking to aliens because the request was for aliens. I'm not talking about random Marvel shit. Sorry, just is that what the plan is? It's not fair to Premiere who requested it. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. It is. But yeah, Tyrion does a good job. I mean, people found her annoying. I don't really see what's annoying about her. I really don't. This is a kid that's supposed to be shell shocked because her family's been killed. She's been alone for however long. So, of course, she'd be quiet and like in a shell. I thought she did a perfectly capable job. She streams a lot? Not really. She doesn't stream a whole lot. I mean, the only time she streams is like much, much later in the film where she's either almost ready to fall or a Xeno. Like she streams when she needs to, like anyone else would, especially a little kid. I mean, it's not like Kate Capshaw in Temple of Doom. Have I played AVP on PS3? Yep, it's on the channel. Nippy, I'm doing well. Watching the special edition of Aliens. We're an hour and 3 minutes and 50 seconds in. Bishop is looking at the remains of a facehugger. While this guy, I always forget what the fuck this guy's name is. Isn't he Spunkmeyer? The guy who touched the glue on his hand and gets killed trying to get to the dropship. Isn't that him? I think that's Spunkmeyer. But yeah, the AVP PS3 game, I liked it. It's on the channel. The playthrough. He probably got spunked on his face too. I mean, it's cutaway, but could very well be the case. The alien spunked him before he bumped him. Stream works, especially if you compare the sound of a screeching Xeno. Yeah, I mean, never bothered me. Never bothered me. Yeah, I mean, she's not. See, nowadays they'd have the kid like incessantly talking, trying to say one-liners, trying to be cool, trying to be assertive, trying to be like I have to be independent because I'm a girl. It's like no, like that's not what the character's supposed to be. That doesn't make sense. She'd be quiet and shy. She doesn't know these people. Her parents are dead. Yes, my favorite Sigourney Weaver performance. You met Rico Ross after. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know he did Michael Bean's podcast, Rico Ross. Very cool. Thank you, Premiere. Well, the alien in the first film is more detailed when you look at it. This though is less detailed because they had to make a lot more, and then they had to have wear and tear where they get shot, fall to the ground, etc. So Again, the xenomorph is more detailed in the first movie, but here less detailed, but they work well for what they need to be. But my favorite design is the queen in this movie. Yeah, better than those kids of Jurassic World. Exactly. I think in one of these shots, it might be James Remar's hits as well from the back. Well, there's a little anime alien short film on YouTube. Maybe did you request it, Predminator? I know. I think I reviewed that. I think it was you who requested it a while ago. Forget the name of it, but it's like a little anime alien thing. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it is James Remar. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, you requested Sekiro. I'm sorry about that. You requested. I'm sorry. My mind is fucking. I can't remember anything. So thank you, Sekiro, but that was you. Alien Monday. There you go. Thank you. Glad you hear it because you're smarter than me. Sorry about this, Sekiro, but I apologize for that. Can't remember any fucking thing. My memory is not as sharp as it used to be, sadly. Age is catching up with me. Stupid people doing stupid shit outside and not shutting up. Just a Saturday, they feel they need to be loud as fuck for some reason. It's like, just shut the fuck up and go somewhere and watch a movie like a normal person. God damn. That's cool, Justin Pittman. That's cool. As you find out, we can't fire hardcore weapons here. Wonderful. Are you near the middle of nowhere? You would think, and yet still the assholes find a way to fucking drive by or stop somewhere and party or park somewhere because they feel like it's the goddamn parking lot to them and just do whatever the fuck or have their trailer over there and just fucking around. So, in the middle of nowhere, you can't get away from idiots. They're everywhere. Idiots are everywhere. Like fucking roaches. Vasquez like, fuck you. You ain't taking my shit. For close encounters, good old shotgun. Just and that's the thing. This film was very influential to a lot of stuff. Video game alone, Contra. You look at Contra. That whole last level is definitely based on this. That last level. Doom. I remember hearing that Doom was originally supposed to be a video game of aliens, but I guess they couldn't get the rights, so it became Doom.
No, I wasn't feeding it.
That's my mom and my sister, so that's how it is. Yeah, love your family, don't you? Yeah, I hear them too. No, I was not. Probably people doing stupid stuff. Anyway, despite all that, this is where you get the first official chest burster bit. Good scene. That works well. Burn the sucker. Burn it. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Because it steered the alien in the first one, but we didn't really see it get to do anything in this one. I mean, in that one, but we do in this one. I love the way they come out of the wall. I think that'll always look really cool to me. Really, really cool to me. I always thought they looked just really neat. This in particular, I thought I liked the way it was blend into the wall. There we go. Puerto Rico Ross. Well, Rico Ross won't be in the sequels. Apone just doesn't know what to do, does he? He just doesn't know what to do. That guy that was dead, did we ever see that guy before? The guy that was dead on the ground? The guy that's down, I don't know if we ever saw him before. Yeah, Vasquez just going to town on everybody. Crow. But see, I don't remember seeing him before. I might have, and I just don't remember. Oh yeah, way better than Alien Earth. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, Alien 3 is the worst. Yeah, and Gorman just doesn't know what to do. He's just out of his element, completely out of his element. Yeah, I had the Alien Quadrilogy set. I had that Blu-ray set. Oh yeah, definitely quick in action. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Jack. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know some of these shots get reused when they're blowing up the aliens, but still looks good each time. There's going to be Drake. He's going to be taken out of the equation. What was Hudson hurt by these being carried by Hicks? I don't know. I guess we never really saw. Love this shot. Blowing up the alien. Love that. Great shot. I'm going to pause and see what's going on out there. So I'm going to pause it and I'll be right back. So maybe 5 minutes or so. I'm paused at 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 20 seconds just to see what's going on out there. So bear with me. May take a few minutes. So just give me a bit. But I'll I'll do this way. If people are watching, they'll see that I'm back when it pops us back on. So seeing, we'll see you in a bit. All right, so I am back. So I guess to tell a bit of a story. What trick life, my mom went over to my sister's to check on her pets, one being a raccoon. And the raccoon bit my mom, and they made sure to make sure everything was fine and dandy. And thankfully, everything's fine because it's like her pet and something. So made sure it's not rabies or anything, but pisses me off because I hate when people get into stupid shit and then like don't follow common sense. But thankfully everything's fine. But yeah, Miles would be in Raccoon City. So okay. Well, yeah, they're all right. I'm just pissed, but just I hate people doing stupid shit that didn't need to be done. And when I tell them over and over again and they don't listen to you. I don't know if anyone has that where you tell people to not do stuff, they don't listen, but they're stubborn, so they do stuff and they get hurt, and you're like, anyway. I don't know if anyone has family members like that, but it does get old after a bit. Oh, fun. Well, I don't know if anyone said anything before, but I think this is the first one. But Andy Serkis, blame him for Animal Farm. He made Animal Farm, which was a shitty fucking movie. I blame him for Animal Farm because he directed that movie where Seth Rogen was a pig who farted and said that was the sound of freedom. So yeah, Andy Serkis did that. It pissed him. So, but I am watching Special Edition. I'm 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 28 seconds. Pause beginning. Well, no, beginning. Oh no, Justin Jack, I just had to pause and do some stuff with the family, and I'm back. I'm watching Special Edition of Aliens. Hey there, Sloan. Hey there, Jackson Jack, and everyone. But yeah, I'm paused at 1 hour, 19 minutes, 20 seconds. Ripley is about ready to be attacked in the APC or ACP. The vehicle, and the alien's going to put his hand through. So pause the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. There you go. Right as she's being attacked, got the motherfucker off. She don't run it over about now. I do like the xenomorphs have that elephant type of sound to it. Makes it a bit unique. Good model work crashing through. You're grinding asphalt. Ease down. Ease down. So. Michael Biehn being the level-headed one right here. And Ripley, of course, being a bit out of it because she's back into the shit again, which she didn't want to do. But now she's back here again. APC, yeah, Armor Personal Terrier. I knew that. I just got discombobulated, which is bullshit. But anyway, thank you for that. If you were an aliens, man, what terrier would you be? I want to be the terrier that lives. So technically, I'd just be none of them, except Jones the cat, because he lives. I know Silver Wings here in the chat played that Terminator 2D game, and I never got to play it. I don't have the game. It looked fun, but I never played it. And now it's going to be pretty much a Siege movie. In that world of Siege movies, you had Assault on Precinct 13, From Dusk Till Dawn, many other films. See, they do stupid shit, then they laugh about it. That's family, you know. Gotta love it. Hey, look at the stupid shit we did. Ain't that funny? Here's Bert being a prick again. Well, I mean, Hicks definitely was pretty badass. Yeah, I like to play that T2 game one day. Yeah, of course. I love to play that T2 game one day, but I don't have the game. Aliens on the DS? That's a side scroller? On the DS. Never played that. I mean, the games I play for Alien was Aliens, the arcade game, which I liked. Alien 3 on Super Nintendo, which I like more than the movie because you actually have guns. Alien Isolation, which I really enjoy. And then AVP for PS3. Alien Infestation, that's what it's called? Okay. Nah, I never played it. Oh, and I did play Alien Trilogy for PS1. I did play that. I remember playing Alien Trilogy. It's the only way to be sure. I was saying before about how video games just really did get influenced by this movie. Contra, definitely. Doom. Again, I heard that the Doom video game was originally supposed to be a video game on this, but then I guess they couldn't get the rights to it, so they just made it their own. Thus, Doom. And then there was going to be a cartoon on this, which is weird because it was a cartoon that had Hicks and Drake and Ripley. And I have the action figures for it. They made an action figure toy line for the cartoon that never came out because they had these books, and I got them. Actually, wait, do I have them up here? One sec. Can't remember where the hell I put them. I think they're over there. But they have these little books about this big that if you collect them all, you get the whole like little comic book story of these characters. I just would have been based on the cartoon that they never. I don't know if they made it and never released it or what. But yeah, just the whole. I know I just missed it, but always a cool moment. Hicks running over while the damn thing's blowing him right behind him. Halo. Yeah, I never played Halo, but I'm sure Halo was definitely inspired by this. But I never played Halo. Never played a Halo game. Shit was right on Gorman. And of course, the famous line, "That's just fucking great. Where's the real shit now, man? Are you finished?" And then in about a minute, "Game over, man. Game over. Fuck we gonna do?" Yeah, Metroid, definitely Metroid. The dropship crashing, yeah. Which hell, that means the Marines probably could have had all the damn guns. And you saw how much Vasquez and Drake were shooting. The other Marines would have shot, and it probably would not have fucked it up anyway. Had to take this blowing up to cause that processor to start screwing up. There's always one thing that leads to another, that leads to another. Anytime I look at Hicks, I always look at that heart and just the idea that he hates that fucking armor Because James Remar made that, and he's like, this looks like a bullseye. So each time I see that, I just keep thinking about how much he hates that shit. No, I never played Assassin's Creed. We got the turret scene, or at least a little bit of hint of that, which that was cut out in the theatrical. But I like the turret stuff. It's cool. 17 days. We ain't gonna last 17 hours. Yeah, Bill Paxton, very funny. Didn't normally a character like this would be annoying. You're waiting for him to die, but he made it his own, made it work. This is one of my favorite bits with him. Perhaps my favorite bit with him is this. Why don't you put her in charge? I always laugh my ass out with that. Why don't you put her in charge? But yeah, Bill Paxton, when you look at his career, and it's like early on, he had bit roles in Commando, The Terminator, and then you had Weird Science. Then you get to this. Then after that, you had Near Dark. And then to go on to the bigger films, he was in Twister. He was in direct. Have a good night. That's my sister's friend. Good looking, I will say. Who knows? Nah, not really. My thoughts are with someone else, but that's between me and her. And she knows who she is. But starts with a K. I'll put that out there. Starts with a K. And the person sees, they know who they are. So nice person, but thoughts on someone else. I'll put it that way. But never did a commentary for Commando 40th. I don't think I did. Don't think I did. I love Commando. Came out last year. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I did a commentary on Commando. I have to look. No, not Kim Kardashian and not Quato. You don't know who she is. You'd never heard of her. Oh, we did a Commando commentary. Yeah, thinking like, yeah, I had like, was that on Friday Night Lives? I don't think I did a solo commentary though, is what I was saying. I don't think I did a solo commentary. Take care, Justin Pittman. We did more of the turret bit here. Idea why that was cut out for timing, but it was still a cool bits to see there. Gives a little bit more action. Just think about it, I mean, the movie, as an action film, it doesn't technically have a lot of action because you have the nest attack and then the chase, the escape. And then probably the next one is when they all come in. Well, I guess the face hugger bit, if you call that an action scene. When they're all coming out of the woodwork and they gotta escape into the tunnels. Then the finale. So technically there's 4 action scenes. Yeah, that's true. They tore a lot of them down. And that's, yeah, when I first saw the film, I never thought of that either. When I saw the film multiple times of VHS, I never thought, well, how come, it's so easy for her to get to Newt. Never up to my, put into my brain. And yet here it's like, oh, yeah, there was turrets and fucked up a lot of the aliens. So there you go. Yeah, nowadays 2.5 hour movies typical. I mean, the Odyssey, that's what, 2 hours and 40 minutes. A lot of superhero films are 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 20. So if this was made nowadays, it probably wouldn't be as, some of that stuff would be kept in. But yeah, when I left, I don't know how many people came into the chat and stuff. So if so, hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, EM. That's very kind of you. Thank you, man. Hey, Matt, hope you're good. If aliens came out in 2026, do you think they would use CGI or AI instead of practical effects? Well, to be fair, they do use practical effects. Well, there would be CG usage because even Alien Earth, especially the wider shots, the action driven shots, they use CGI. There's practical, not 100% CG, but they do use some CG. So they would try to mix the two. Alien Romulus did have practical, didn't save the film, but and then there was CG, especially I think the zero gravity scene. So they would try to use both. And the more action bits, set piece bits, they would use a bit more CG than practical. But that's the thing that they still make alien films today, and Romulus, Earth. I thought those were a joke. Those sucked. Those sucked, in my opinion. Yeah, another obstacle, another obstacle. I mean, but that's the thing. You didn't get bored with it because the characters were important and you had actors that knew what they were doing. I think there's a lot of people, there's not, I think a lot of the young actors are not really great actors. I really do believe that. Or they act, but they come off as very bland, or they just come off as very typical. They come off as very rote and just very blasé. A lot of performances come off as blasé when they make this stuff nowadays, or they write them to be just. I think a lot of people, writers, they don't have any realm of blue collar mentality. They never had to go through that. They never had to be in that realm. So they don't know how to write what most of us feel and think. They live in these bubbles. So when they try to write characters, they only know the bubbles they frequent. So people like me watch these characters, I'm like, they seem a bit off putting. Well, that's why. Now, this bit was added to the special edition uh, where Hudson's talk about the bee, or I know that these things ain't bees. There you go. Like I said, I liked most of the stuff that was added back in. The one thing I did not like was the Hadley's Hope stuff. In the Aliens Colonial Marines game, you see Hudson make a cameo being dead in the hive. Do you really? I never played the game, so I'll take your word for it. But I never played Colonial Marines. Again, I'll take your word for it. But I never played the game. So my mom doesn't really watch a lot of movies, to be honest. She watches like Law and Order. I remember when they had, I don't know if it was like the Oscar bit or like when they show a bit with like Best Actress, Sigourney Weaver. I think this is the bit they showed. Is her pushing Bert and saying, "I'm happy to disappoint you." I think this is a bit that was shown. She should have won. I mean, honestly, what's the next 40th anniversary? I mean, I don't know. I didn't really keep track. There's another added bit here with the turrets. I think some of this, I'm trying to think, some of, if you see the aliens get killed, there's some of the scenes from when they kill in the hive. I think so. Or maybe that's later on when they show it. I know there's a bit where they show more of the aliens get killed. Yeah, I think it's the next time. And I think some of the footage is like stuff we saw in the, like they reuse some footage, which won't pick on it too much. Yeah, because they would cut to this. How long until she blows? Like you said, someone says one thing after another after another. Just can't catch a break. Oh yeah, I changed my shirt. Yeah, just figured why not. How about we cut you out everything, man? Then he just putting Bishop under the bus. Yeah, Bishop should go. What? Yeah, asshole. This I remember being so claustrophobic when I first saw it. I went, man, I don't know if I could do this. That is crazy. Like how tight of a fit that is. I do like he keeps in character too, where he'll go watch your fingers because again, his idea is he does not want. Yeah, he has the gun back because that was programmed to sh- shoot, kill anything, and watch your fingers. I believe there was going to be a sequence where there was going to be a xenomorph in here, and they cut that out. I don't know how they would have done that because of how you see how tight that is for him. How would that be for to put a xenomorph in there? But I mean, it would have been interesting to see. Yeah, there's the aliens getting killed, and those are some of those shots are from earlier. I was 3 years old, so no, I did not see this in the theater in '86. Yeah, I didn't see any gradings. At least if so, I fucking missed it, and I certainly didn't see it. I think this is where Hitch says one of his famous lines, "Stay frosty." Or was it? Yeah, right here. But stay frosty. Which I know a lot of things have ripped that line off. See, that's the thing. Like James Remore, I don't mind as an actor, but I don't think he would have pulled this off. I really don't. I think the way it worked out here was for the best. Because Michael Bean is way better. I'm doing well, Jamroll. I mean, I like most of the characters of the movie. Ripley and Hitch would be the favorites, but yeah. Yeah, I love that pulse rifle. Such a cool design. And then this fucking scene they stole and put in Romulus. They literally took the scene with like the same angles and shit. Like stole the fucking scene. I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't make your own scenes? You have to steal scenes from this film? Like literally, this scene was stolen to put in Alien Romulus. What a lazy piece of shit. And then the audacity later to go, get away from her, you bitch, and steal lines. What's how lazy is that? Lazy as hell. You tell me if you have nothing else you could do, you guys keep you guys start stealing stuff, then don't make any more movies. You guys steal for crying out loud. Should have stolen from the books. Yeah, but they probably can't read. Oh, yeah, keep your finger off the trigger. Exactly. Best way to do it. But I think James Cameron, with the way he seemed to be a stickler of things, probably would make damn sure people follow protocol on that front. He seems like that type of guy. So I never got to do the Aliens the Ride, which that was a theme for a bit. Where was that at? I'm trying to remember where that was at. Aliens the Ride. Ride at the Speed of Fright. That was 1995. Turbo Ride Simulation Theater in San Francisco, and then American Adventure in the UK. What's funny about that, if you watch that online, it was directed by Stuart Gordon, the guy who directed Reanimator. So technically, the guy who did Reanimator directed an Alien thing. Because you see, and it's got Jeffrey Combs in it. I think Tony Todd's in it as well. Because they show like you get on the ride and you see like video footage of the actors, like before the ride starts and stuff. But yeah, Aliens, Ride at the Speed of Fright. You can find on YouTube. 1995. Jeffrey Combs, Dr. Herbert West is in it. And I think Tony Todd's in it. But yeah, Stuart Gordon directed those segments. Guy who did Reanimator. So there you go. Thought that was pretty cool. Fucking Burke. What a prick. What a prick. Yep. Right about him all along. What a prick. Bitch ass. Practical face huggers and Romulans were much more advanced in that film compared to Aliens. Well, considering they had an over 30-year advancement in practical effects, it should be better. I mean, if you have 30, 35 years advancement in practical effects, you better be better. That's the whole point. That should be, you should expect that. Oh, there you go. God damn. No means no. Come on, girl, do something. There you go. Finally do something. At least she was completely useless. Good stunt there. Shows how fucking sturdy these face huggers are. Look how many times he has to shoot it. Fucking die. Make sure you don't get too close. Get that acid on you. Another badass character, Vasquez. Breathe as an ass hugger. So Seth Rogen. They already have that. It's called the Seth. Or the Rodian is called the Rodian. And here we're told, well, she tells us about his plan. Burke, what a prick. What an asshole. Now, there is a comic book. I think Paul Reiser wrote the comic about Burke and like him escaping. I don't know why the fuck you want to read it, but apparently it's out there. Now, of course, there's the deleted scene that's not in here where she finds Burke and gives him the grenade. But yeah, there is a Burke comic. Yeah, it's called. Look it up real quick. Paul Reiser Burke Alien comic. Yeah, it's a what if. It is on Amazon right now. Come on. Yeah, it says part of Aliens What If. Explore a twisted alternate reality where Carter Burke survives and faces new challenges and dangers in a backwater asteroid, all while trying to mend his relationship with his estranged daughter. Yeah, Paul Reiser had a hand in it. Not sure this will be picked up, but yeah, there it is right there. Yeah. How could they knock the power out, man? They're animals. Yeah, the red light definitely a good choice. Bring a bit more, even more of a mood and atmosphere to the proceedings. I mean, that's going to help a little bit, but ain't going to help a whole lot. You sealing that shut. Then that realization of wait, they're getting closer. What the hell? I don't know why none of them ever thought they'd be coming from the ceiling. That would have been one in my top 5 thoughts. Would have been the ceiling. The ceiling, the floor, vents, the door. Yeah, that'd be my top 5. But what can you do? Short control bursts. You're not reading it right. Yeah, I would not be poking my damn head up there. Fuck that. Fuck that. See that in another film you get killed by doing that. That was probably the whole alien stuntman crew. Yeah, exactly. Any other movie, this is where he would die. Now the shit hits the fan. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, though, is this whole battle here. The sound design on the aliens and the weaponry, the way it's edited, it's not confusing. That one wide shot where the camera pans from like right to left, you just see the amount of aliens there. A lot of cool little moments put throughout it. Hitch is trying to tell him, come on. Hudson's losing his shit. You can't lose your shit. Just like on the ship, he got too cocky. Sharp sticks, all that stuff. He got too cocky here. Led to his downfall. Love that shot too, where the alien goes over him and he shoots it. Surprising he didn't get any acid on him. Just going over him and he's shooting. I'm surprised any acid didn't come on him, but yeah, that's yeah, lucky. Oh, I shouldn't mention the music. James Horner did a great job. Rest in peace to him. Sadly died in a helicopter crash. I remember that too, and I'm like, what? Really? He was still young, like young enough. But I like James Horner. This is my favorite score he did. And I know he and James Cameron had a bit of a falling out at this point because he wanted to score with as much of a completed film as possible, and he wasn't getting it. And he was kind of being challenged by Cameron, and there's a lot of pressure. I know by the end of it definitely was not a fun time for James Horner. But eventually they reconciled because James Cameron liked James Horner's score for Braveheart. So he got James to do Titanic. And then I think he did Avatar as well. So James Horner, I mean, he did Braveheart, Titanic. He did Star Trek 2. I think he did Star Trek 3. Oh, you answered as I asked. There you go. I liked him. I mean, he'd be my top 10. I mean, my favorite Jerry Goldsmith and John Carpenter are my favorite composers, but the ejected track that was at the end of yeah, if you listen to the soundtrack of Aliens, I believe it's supposed to be used when Ripley puts the queen out of the airlock. There's a piece of music. If actually, I think on the Blu-ray there's a audio track you could flip on, and it plays it. But if you watch Die Hard, you remember the scene Reginald VelJohnson shoots the bad guy. He finally shoots because he didn't want to shoot before. Oh, this is actually Dale Ann Hurd's hands here, the up close hands. Because I think they didn't like the way Jeanette Gosi fired the gun and such. And they got some more up close shots, and that was Dale Ann Hurd's hands as Vasquez shooting the up close shots of the xenomorph. Miss Dale Ann Hurd. But yeah, in Die Hard, when Richard VelJohnson shoots the bad guy, that music that's playing is actually from Aliens. Which you could tell now because it doesn't sound like any piece of the score from the rest of the movie. But yeah, whenever you watch Die Hard, when Roger VelJohnson and there's like the do 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 do, that was from Aliens. But I think they just reused Bishop's Countdown instead. Yeah, you always were an asshole, Gordon, but here they are. You know, Gorman, not Gordon, Gorman. But here they are, sticking together and self-sacrificing. Yeah, rest in peace to him. It's a shame. Give me a list of James Horner musical scores. He did Braveheart, Glory. That's a really good one, Glory. Kroll. The store for Kroll is really good. Willow, The Rocketeer, Casper, Land Before Time, Apollo 13, Field of Dreams. I think he worked on, The Master Zorro. Legends of the Fall, An American Tale. Yeah, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Cocoon. Yeah, Brad Fiedel did Terminator 1 and 2. Same guy who did, and he did the original Fright Night. And I think Fright Night 2? I think. Oh, this is the scene that Siskel and Ebert got a bug up their ass about. What did Siskel and Ebert give Aliens? Gene Siskel gave it a thumbs up. Roger Ebert gave it a thumbs down. Yeah, I don't understand that. The stupid kids in peril bullshit that they complain about. The kid was in peril. I hate to see him watch fucking. Oh my god. It's just a stupid fucking complaint. It really is. Larry Sledge, hello there. Sip of the Rainbow, I like it. I like the store. No, I didn't miss it. I mean, trust me, I committed the memory, so yeah. It is a cool shot, just like this coming up with the Peekaboo, I see you. Hicks gets it, but Lee Dim burnt up a bit and incapacitated for the rest of the film. And just like Terminator, gotta have the lady help him out. So interesting that he did the same thing. On your feet, soldier. On your feet. I wonder if Michael Biehn ever thought, God damn, again? I can't just be the hero this time, Jim. I gotta have the lady help my ass again. God damn. And then the Abyss, he's the villain. So it's like, damn, Jim, can't I be the main, hero that kits, saves the day? Well, you did in Terminator. Yeah, but, yeah, but Jim, too bad. I'll put you in Terminator 2 and then I'll cut you out. God damn it, Jim. That was the last time they worked together. T2, which you got cut out of. God damn it, Jim. Stop gearing up for battle. Which this was definitely a staple in the 80s, which I loved, like Arnold gearing up and Commando, Stallone, gearing up. At the beginning of Rambo 2, even Alice, Lisa Wilcox in Elm Street 4. Always loved that gearing up scene. Ash in Evil Dead 2 with the chainsaw. Definitely an 80s theme, which I loved each time they did it. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 when you got the chainsaw and the saw off the double barrel. I do like this added bit here coming up between Ripley and Hicks because it's the last time we get to see Hicks. In the theatrical, we just have him, we're not going anywhere, but he doesn't really have a nice final moment. Here he has a nice final moment, which is great. I don't know why this is cut out. Like, to me, it's nice to have Hicks get one moment. Don't be gone long, Ellen. I thought that was cool. That was a nice little moment. Because again, Hicks doesn't really have any final straight on words with the characters. So again, I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, that's really nice. That's a really cool. Does that always bother me when I saw the film multiple times throughout when I was a kid? I'm like, okay, cool. We got one nice little moment. Fuck, I would have taken like more guns. I would have taken like a gun, put onto my back. I would have taken a gun, put on my right leg. I put a gun on my left leg. I breathe. Well, I guess maybe not on both legs because I need to move a little bit, but at least have another on my back, like a spare on my back at least. Yeah, but it's only like 30 seconds. I mean, even here, like she's being careful, but she's not rushing either. And I always like that shot when she comes out with that shot there, where she's coming out ready for battle. But Sigourney Weaver later complained that she used guns too much and shot too many guns and stuff because she was anti-gun, which is funny because that's why Alien 3 she doesn't use a gun, but then Cold Light of Day she kills Bruce Willis's character. Cabin in the Woods at the very end she used a gun. Paul she used a gun. Like she's used guns multiple times. I guess it's because it's okay to shoot alien. It's okay to shoot humans. She just want to shoot aliens. I don't know because she wants to fuck the alien. Because that's what James Cameron said. Like at the beginning of his commentary, like I talked with Sigourney Weaver and she wanted me to not use guns, kill her off, and have sex with the alien. And I said I'm not doing any of those three. Then later on, she did those three. She used no guns, resurrection, kind of sex with the alien, not really, but intimate in other ways. And then she dies in Alien 3, so she got what she wanted later on. That's the way James Cameron started the commentary, though. I remember that. Anyone with a gun is automatically evil. That's stupid, though. That's fucking dumb. She probably has a gun in Mandalorian and Grogu. I didn't see the film, but I know she's in it. She probably uses a gun in that. I would not be surprised. So yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's around this time in the cut footage that she would find Burke and give him a grenade, but yeah, they just again that I understand as well what you were saying, Predminator, that she had to stop. she's supposed to be on this quick journey to find Newt. She shouldn't be stopping for Burke. But it was. I remember that being said in a magazine, and I'm like, oh, I bet that's gone. And then when they got the Blu-ray, I'm like, oh wow, they found that scene, so that was cool. Shut up, stomach. We'll eat later. We'll eat after. I don't know what I'll eat, but I'll eat something. And not eat shit. Don't get the shit out of him. Kill like 2 or 3 of them right there. Kick his ass, sea bass. No, like I said, in the scene with Bert that was deleted, where she gives him a grenade, I'm sure they cut that out for the same thing you said with the other one, where she's taking too much time and she shouldn't stop for him. She's on a rush to find Newt. Alan Ram has ripped off everything from this movie. It's a lazy piece of shit. Lazy fucking movie. Such a cool moment. Oh shit. We're in the thick of it now, aren't we? That explosion explains why she didn't go back the way she came and instead runs to the queen. Well, if they shot the explosion so we could see it, but even in the deleted footage, you barely hear an explosion. I mean, with the way these things blow up, it should be like shaking, earth shaking explosion. I've heard firecrackers sound louder than that. They'd have to like rework it or add like an explosion or like I don't know, Burke and aliens come for him. He's like and blows himself. Oh, I don't know, something. They'd have to add something. Love the look of the xenomorph queen. Love how his teeth look almost like glass, and all the drool, the gunt they put on the teeth. My favorite design that Stan Winston and his crew did is for the queen. Easily my favorite design. My favorite design in alien film. My favorite design Stan Winston has done. To be as cool, as memorable. The fact it's so how large they made this look, and how intricate the puppetry is. Yeah, I would. And Predator looks great, but this is my favorite. Give him a bit of warning. Get the fuck out of my way. You leave my kid alone. I leave your kids alone. Don't fuck with me. Honor the deal. Let's make a deal. I'm a mom. You're a mom. Leave me the fuck. Oh, you're not gonna leave me the fuck alone? You reneged on the deal? Fuck the deal. That'd be funny. Newt is like, come on, Ripley, we don't have time for this. Ripley, come on. Now, yeah, you could say she's definitely wasting her bullets and shooting these eggs, because I think the fire would have done enough, especially since she's going to throw the damn grenades in there anyway. It's like Ron Perlman said in Alien Resurrection, waste of fucking ammo. See, if she saved her damn bullets there, she would have used them on the queen later and shot the shit out of her, but sure aim for the face. The queen. Sure aim for the face. Yeah, like Ron Perlman said, waste of fucking ammo. Don't shoot that close. You don't get the fucking acid on you. See, she was going to throw these anyway. Don't throw them all. Keep one or two. Damn it. I would have kept one or two grenades just in case. Then if you don't throw them all, why waste all that goddamn ammo? Should have saved the ammo. Just throw that shit and get the fuck out. See, then if she saved the ammo, then later up when the queen comes up to her, she will shoot the shit out of his face. I'll forgive her though. She's not a soldier. She's just, a truck driver. I mean, that's what she is in the first film. Just pretty much truck drivers. So I'll forgive her. Again, she's not a soldier. She's not a tactician. She's getting over PTSD. That's the point of that scene. Trying to get over her demons. Yeah, the ending at the end makes it that much more special with the queen fight. Now, what's weird about this? Well, what's interesting about this? This bit here, they use music from the first Alien film. If you listen, when she backs up and she's getting the flamethrower to the queen, it's music. It's Jerry Goldsmith's music from Alien. Do 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 do. I'm like, okay, that's music from the first film. I think that's the only time Jerry Goldsmith's music is in this. Yeah, right here. This is Jerry Goldsmith's music from the first film. Do 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 do. I'm like, I mean, James Cameron would do that. Just take what he needs, put it in there. I'm just surprised that's the only time he used it, considering how he was just putting whatever he could into it. I'm just surprised that's the one time I could, at least I know of, they put Jerry Goldsmith's music in there. I don't think James Cameron ever worked with Jerry Goldsmith. He didn't have enough time to score the film. Well, that or he did that and Cameron didn't like it, and so he put something else in there. Like when the alien queen goes out of the airlock, James Horner had one piece of score that was used in Die Hard later. And then Cameron's like, I don't like that. I'm just going to use Bishop's Countdown again. Well, sorry, Premier. I don't remember who that guy is. But rest in peace to him. William Wisher. Yeah, I don't remember who he is. Here we go. Bishop to the rescue. And this is where you get one of the great pieces of score that was used in countless movie trailers called Bishop's Countdown. These are the T2 DVD commentary. To be honest, I haven't listened to that commentary since that DVD came out. So it's definitely been a few decades. But yeah, Bishop's Countdown, this music has been used in countless trailers, including From Dusk Till Dawn, Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. Quite a few of them. Yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn is the one I remember the most right now. It was using that trailer. That's one of those pieces of music you do almost any action film. You could put that score in it and make it the trailer 10 times better. That'd be interesting if someone like took like every trailer of an action film in the 80s to 90s and just put that score in there and how that would sound like. This queen is very good at being quiet for the trip up. William Wisher wrote Terminator 2. Okay, so he wasn't just an actor, he wrote it. Okay. Makes sense why he would be on the commentary. Sorry, Hicks, that's the last time we see you until you die in Alien 3 or don't die, I guess, in Colonial Marines. Bishop ain't having a good day. There you go. That's a lot of milk. You don't have to ask him if he got milk. He got in spades. This is how the Xenomorph has sex. Bit too rough for me. Yeah, slow maybe, yeah. Yeah, I love the Xenomorph Queen, how again the teeth look like glass. I like that look. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like teeth, but it just reminds me of glass in a good way. Can you imagine Ripley just like found like an escape pod and just said "fuck you, goodbye," and just left on the escape pod? She'd be alive. She did. She'd be alive. Go back to Jonesy. Tell him what happened. Well, I mean, rest in peace to everybody. Everybody dies in Alien 3. That's how Cameron ends the commentary. Then they went and killed everybody. That's how James Cameron ends the commentary. Hey, Quiana, hope you're doing well. Thank you for the requests. I get them. We'll get them when I can. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Just watching Alien Special Edition. We're getting to the power loader scene where she's coming out and she's about ready to say her bid line. About 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bitch. There you go. This is one time where I would love to have been in the theater. You know, people sometimes go, what film would you like to go back and watch in the theater? And that'd be this one. Opening. And somehow, if I wiped my mind to not know what was going to happen, it would be this. I hate AJ Forever Teen. I like Alien 3, teach their own, but hope you're doing well. No problem. Hope you're doing well too. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'll forever hate Alien 3 because it made this film obsolete and pointless. That's what it does. Like this fight she's having with the Queen is pointless because of Alien 3. Because she dies, Newt dies, Hicks dies, Bishop dies, and even Resurrection is like, well, yeah, they'll just clone her and fucking bring her back. So that's why I hate the sequels after this. Just make this film fucking pointless. That's why to me it don't exist. Neither one exist. They used music from 2001: Space Odyssey in the beginning of the movie just before Lifeboat was picked up. You sure about that? I've seen this movie multiple times, and I don't think that's it. I think it is James Horner's music because I have the soundtrack, or I did, and that's all James Horner. Do you find Alien 3 boring? Yes. Now, you've heard me praise Aliens. It's my favorite film of all time. I can't defend this scene. This is the most bullshit scene in the movie. As a kid, yeah, mostly classical music. Yeah, I didn't hear any of that in the beginning of this. This is the most bullshit scene in the movie. I know it's a movie, though. It's escapism, but this whole scene is bullshit. This whole fucking scene is bullshit in every step. But I enjoy the movie so much, I'm willing to forgive it. But this whole fucking scene is bullshit. So the Queen is holding on to Ripley, and she's able to hold on while a ton is grabbing her. Also, like, she can breathe still. She's not sucked out by the force of space. So she was able to hold on to a ton of alien dead weight. She's able to not get dizzy. She's able to breathe still. I mean, if you're that close to an airlock that big, wouldn't you be like, you can't hold on. You'd be sucked out like nothing. And there'd be no air. Would there be any air? Like, cold of space? When the cold, like. So, I mean, everything about the scene is total fucking horseshit, but I still love the movie. What can I say? No, again, Bishop's Countdown used again. Originally, they used the music that would be used later in Die Hard when Richard L. Johnson shoots the bad guy at the end. That music in that movie was supposed to be in that scene where she's coming out of the airlock, but give these people air. Yeah, I don't know if there'd be any fucking air in that airlock. Pressurizing, depressurizing, something like that, Yeah, there's a lot of logic flaws in that. That's why in the first Alien, she had the suit on. If you remember the first Alien, she had the suit on, and then she shot the alien out. That's why she has the suit on. Imagine if in the first Alien, she did everything without the suit on. The ending to the first movie does make more sense. Yeah, that's why she had to put the suit on in the first place before she opened up the airlock and shot the alien out. But, it's a movie. Escapism is not a documentary. But at the same time, I call other movies out for bullshit. Oh, hey there, Bradley. How you doing, man? Hey, Bradley, when was that? Oh, 4 months ago. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was really kind of you. And I don't like Romulus at all. I have a review of Romulus on the channel. If you want to check that out, full blown Romulus review is on the channel. if you don't know my in-depth thoughts on it. But yeah, that was the ending that I like. I prefer. I wish there was no more movies after this. Always bought it because how well it's done. Well, again, it's logically it's total fucking bullshit, but as much I love the film, so I go along with it. Ron Cobb, conceptual designer. Ron Cobb would also work on Leviathan in 1989, and nothing bad ever happened to them. Yeah, to me, I forgot Stan Winston was second unit director. I know he worked on the effects, of course, with his team, but I forgot he directed second unit. Yeah, to me, there's no more movies after this. Alien 3, Alien 4, they don't exist. It's just Alien and Aliens. That's it. And then that guy, Neil Blomkamp, who did District 9, was going to do a sequel to this, his own Alien 3, and they said no. Instead, they went with Alien Covenant, which didn't do that well. And go figure. Alec Gillis and Tom Woodward Jr., who of course would be effects guys of their own, doing their own thing, including The Thing from 2011, AVP, among other stuff. Motion controlled by Arcadon. That's funny. I just looked at credits. I looked at the credits of was it Yun Washington? That was a request I got, and in the credits it said AI artists or AI engineers. I'm like, so we got that now, and this is like 4 people. I'm like, okay, that's how it is now. Well, sorry for all the stops and starts and all the weird crap that happened earlier. Well, I'd like to have had this gone smoother, but what can you do? That's life. But huge thanks to Predminator for the request. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Great to revisit this film. I love this film. I still love it to this day. Still a classic. Still holds up. Awesome movie. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do live. Fuck it. Yeah, Stan Winston's his team worked on Leviathan, which Alec Gillis, Tom Woodward Jr. shit over it in the making of Leviathan. They shit on the effects. They shit on the movie. My second favorite James Cameron film is True Lies, after Aliens. Aliens, True Lies, then Terminator. It's okay. It was fun. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, just messaging back. Email. Okay. I like T2, but again, Aliens is my favorite, and True Lies is my second favorite Cameron. Are you still not a fan of the Hatchet franchise? No. Never care for Hatchet. Yeah, never liked the Hatchet franchise. But yeah, that was fun still. Thanks once again, Premier, for the request. Appreciate your kindness, your generosity, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I think you said maybe one day, way, 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 way down the road, you may request the AVP game again. I know that'll be way, way, way down the road, but yeah, if you ever do, feel free. No problem, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Cool. Did you see that? Deer Hunter, I barely know who Asmongold is. I don't watch his stuff, so I don't care anyone who's got stains in their toilet. I mean, it's not my week to keep that information in my back pocket. Who has stains in their toilet? It wasn't my week to watch them, or my week to wipe their ass, or whatever the hell. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Oh, the TMNT game 2007. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a game I definitely need to do again because I believe that was with my bootleg, like bootleg theater with the camcorder. That was before I found out how to record PS2 games with this emulator on here. I definitely want to do that again with the emulator so that the picture quality looks better. Someday I would like to do that. Who knows? If someone requests it, I would gladly do it. But maybe one day. Aliens Fire Team. Yeah, I don't have the game, but I wouldn't mind playing that one day. Yeah, the less said about Sean Clark, the better. I'll put it that way. Less said about him, the better. I'll put it that way. So I'll talk for a few more minutes since I'm this far. Sure, I'll talk for a little bit longer. But yeah, that was Aliens the Special Edition. Still great classic that holds up to this day. Yeah, since it's late enough, I'll be on for a little bit. Shoot the shit for a little bit. No, General. I just looked at the. I don't get into it. Just looked at the I Got Fire video, which is a joke. Just read. There's text at the beginning. Post. Just read them. Yeah, it does have better effects than some films today. Yeah, I agree. In particular, Supergirl. I haven't heard good things about Disclosure Day or its CG. I've not seen Disclosure Day. I haven't been requested it, to be honest. No one's requested Disclosure Day, so. Neither. I don't want a Popeye the Slayer movie or an Alien film. Both. If movies in general stopped, I'd be fine with it because I have enough here. Friday Night Lives was canceled. We had it yesterday. What do you mean it was canceled? That was Sean Clark. I don't want to get into it. If someone sends a super chat, I'll get into it. Otherwise, I'll just let it go for now. You just woke up? Yeah, it's Saturday, man. I think you were in the chat yesterday for Friday. I think you were in the chat. You're in the chat last night for Friday Lives. Not in my chat. You're in Dead Piss chat, but yeah, you were there, man. Yeah, I saw enough Killer Popeye films to never see another one forever. Too many Killer Popeye movies. Too many. Three too many. And I know there's more out there. Because they did a sequel to one of them, at least. One or two of them they did a sequel to. I don't know, Premiere. I can't answer that. I don't know which they like more. I don't know. CG from True Lies. I mean, for its time, it's fine. For its time, I don't mind it. And Dairy Blow, early, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just weird, like we're doing an Aliens commentary and you start bringing up Chris Hansen out of the blue for like no reason. So I didn't mean to snap at you, but it's like we're in the middle talking about aliens and how great it is and steering the conversation to that. And then all of a sudden you're talking about the guy who was part of To Catch a Predator. Like, what does that have to do with aliens? It has nothing to do with it. No problem, man. No problem. I apologize for snapping at you. I apologize. It's just I'm like I'm in the middle of this, and it's like Chris Hansen. I'm like, what? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? But no problem. It's all good. But I apologize. Well, thank you, dear Blow. I appreciate that. So I'm just looking at the chat. Oh, the Winnie the Pooh horror films. Yeah. I don't know. Justin Jack is in here. I know you were asking about anniversaries. I just looked up 1986 films. Because let's see, I think next August 1st or so is Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives. I believe that has an anniversary. Because that came out August 1st. And then in August, well, I don't know, some of these stuck around for a bit, so some of these did not come out in August. The Fly. David Cronenberg's The Fly came out August 15th. August 1st, Howard the Duck. August 8th, Transformers the Movie. August 15th, The Fly remake. B-boy, I'm doing well. How are you doing? How's it going with you? Yeah, the movie's over. It was over about 10 minutes ago. So just shooting the stuff for a little bit till I head out a few months ago. What's a few months ago? If it's that question, that was you might be behind by like 20 minutes. But yeah, I see the Ted Nugent review. Yeah, I saw you sent it 4 months ago. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate that. Hope the review was okay, but thank you. Appreciate you having sent the request. Thank you. Oh, no problem, B boy. Yeah, in the middle of it, my mom, her sister, and some friends came by, and stupid stuff happened, and they were having a good old time, unannounced. So, oh well. I don't know what my favorite Scott Adkins film is. I have to think about that. I like Ninja Shadow of a Tear. I don't know if that'd be number one. Yeah, Romulus was dog shit. Chainsaw Master 2 's next month? Huh, okay. Yeah, The Fly, yeah, that's next month. Yeah, Premiere if you want to. I mean, I'm here just shooting the shit. If you want me to react to a video, cool. Yeah, I could do that. Folks, unless it's to show my balls or my dick or my ass or something I can't do on YouTube, you send a super chat for anything. Yeah, sorry, I seem a bit lethargic. Raccoon being spotted in Washington State named Jimothy has the same spine. No, I did not. To be honest, Deer Hunter, I don't follow much news of anything. Like what I did today was I had to do stuff out in the real world. Came back, watched Young Washington. That was a request, and then had to do some stuff, and then got ready for the stream. And then answered some emails and such. Yeah, sorry, it's that dead air. I seriously don't even know what's going on with the movie news. I know there's a whole thing with the Odyssey, big controversy. 1776. I didn't see that one from 1972. I did not see that one. It's probably better than the one I saw though. Just Young Washington. I don't know. Some Angel Studios. Happy 40th to Aliens. Cheers, bud. Thank you, Premiere. I appreciate that, man. Can you please react to Aliens? Let me tell Aliens. Fire Team to New Horde mode. AVP Galaxy video. I'm guessing it's this one. One sec. Guessing this one? Oh, thank you, Kaiju. I appreciate it. What quickly, thank you. How much for you to star as Leprechaun the beginning? $1 million tax free. You send me $1 million tax free, I'll be in Leprechaun the beginning part 2. Electric Boogaloo Shrimp. Will you be doing a live commentary for Jason Lives? No, unless it gets requested. If someone sends a request, sure. Otherwise, no. All right, here you go. I'll take that off so you actually see it.
Oh, burster.
I am the ultimate badass.
Drone right here. We got a drone. It's been 5 years since we first set foot on the ready line of the UAS Endeavor.
So yeah, I never played the first fire team, so I guess a lot of people like that, I'm assuming, to get the sequel. Or is this a sequel, right? Not like a DLC or anything?
And following the announcement of the next expedition prepping for launch, we've been very much looking forward to another glorious day in the Corps. Thanks to Cold Iron Studios, that day has come a bit sooner than expected, as we were granted exclusive early access to a preview build of the game's full Horde mode. So come get some with us as we survive waves of unrelenting enemies and aliens, Fireteam Elite 2. Immediately as we booted the preview up, the menus and UI were instantly recognizable, heavily featuring the retro future tech vibes we've come to expect in the world of Alien. Particularly this incarnation of Alien's Fireteam Elite seems heavily inspired by the aesthetic of Alien Romulus, with its yellow...
It's a sequel, okay. Did it say inspired by Romulus?
Team Elite seems heavily inspired by the aesthetic of Alien Romulus, with its yellow tinted layouts and heavily chunky sounding...
Why the fuck would you want anything inspired by Romulus? Fuck's sake. I like Aliens, the arcade game. Sadly, they could not get the rights fully. That's why Ripley and Hicks don't like Ripley and Hicks, mostly. But yeah, I do love that game. It's a very fun game.
And computer noises. From what we've been able to glance at from traversing into Horde mode, the game's presentation and production value have seen a welcome significant upgrade from the original. We'd also be remiss if we didn't mention our delight at hearing some of the intense new score by composer Austin Wintory.
I never played Gears of War, but this reminds me of is Gears of War type of gameplay.
Let's get into our gameplay impressions, shall we? If you've played the Horde mode in the original Aliens Fireteam Elite, you know the gist of things here. This is wave survival against enemies while you and your team see how far you can make it before exfilling with your earned rewards or getting yourselves wiped out in the process. There's been some notable tweaks here, with rounds ending every 5 waves instead of the previous game's 10. Each round takes about 12 to 15 minutes to complete, lending this mode to short and intense play sessions. There's always the choice. Do you bail out with what rewards you've earned after a hard-fought 5 waves, or do you press on for even greater rewards if you can make it through another round?
Yeah, but does this have like a decent story, or is just you concentrate more on the gameplay? That's what I liked about Alien Isolations. I liked the story as well as the gameplay. AVP, while I liked it, the story was a bit lacking on PS3, but I did like the gameplay.
We had the pleasure of dropping on each of the 3 Horde mode maps that will be available at launch: Crash Landed, Black Site, and Crusher. Crash Landed is near the base of a looming atmosphere processor, which seems to be based on the early campaign level we saw in the IGN preview. Black Site takes place in a reddish desert-type biome, with a crashed engineer vessel surrounding the area. And finally, Crusher is underground in a mining facility with heavy machinery. Beyond their visual differences, the maps play a bit differently as well. Crash Landed was more like a classic arena, with a central landing platform and multiple pathways enemies can make their way to you from the distance ahead. Black Site had surrounding elevated catwalks on the sides that you could use to get some distance from a group of enemies. And Crusher featured multiple floors, having a real focus on verticality. We didn't really find spots where we could just hide in a corner and hold up with a single choke point. But with enough planning, you can still effectively make a defensive stand. In between rounds, you'd be wise to run over to the vending machine, as our new colonial marines were fond of saying, resupply or die. Here you use points you've earned for surviving a wave to purchase extra equipment. Elemental ammo types play more of a role in AFE2, with each enemy type having an elemental ammo they're vulnerable and resistant to. With the new 4-player squad option, I joined up with fellow Alien vs. Predator Galaxy staff members Corporal Hicks, the Xenoplays, and Still Collating to deploy into the chaos on LV5.
You Corporate hits my ass. I never played Infamous, but yeah, the PS3 AVP is what I meant, and yeah, story's not the best.
5-8. If you can't join up with friends during a play session, you can always fight alongside your trusty Seeks in Combat synthetic companions, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, or you can go it solo. Also, we're not only against xenomorphs this time around. Each time you fire up Horde mode, you'll randomly face Xenos, pathogenic enemies, or Weyland-Yutani combat synthetics. You'll be up against those enemies for 5 waves, and should you choose to continue the carnage, you could randomly face more of those enemies or another enemy type. While there is a bit of thrill in the anticipation of which enemy type is coming your way, we do hope to be able to select, perhaps via challenge cards, which enemies we face, as we sometimes found ourselves restarting matches because we just wanted to take on those Xenos. Speaking of challenge cards, they can be used in Horde mode at launch this time around, and unlike the first game, all challenge cards chosen by all players will go into effect. Mixing and matching up to 4 cards can certainly make for some wild combinations. While we also have most of the enemy types from the first game returning, the new enemy types are more varied than I expected. Each faction's numerous standard and high priority threats create unique combat encounters. The new Siren Xenomorph emits a loud screeching rattle, calling in other Xenos to overwhelm you.
I mean, this is only a preview, but the AI doesn't seem too bad. At least so far. It doesn't seem like it's too awful of AI.
It likes to keep calling from afar and will try and run from you if you find it. These need to be taken out quickly, and they can sometimes spawn in pairs, which can make for a mad dash to find them and bring them down. There's also a massive and hulking new Xenomorph type, the Warden, which towers over you and takes focused fire and abilities to bring down. The other 2 factions have new outfits of their own. Part of the way you sense forces are new robotic enemies, with variations of spider bots and larger assault units, which honestly made us think of Star Wars' battle droids. The pathogen enemies also have nasty new foes, such as the gas bag.
I don't need to fight no goddamn droids or anything in fucking an alien game.
And Harbinger. We also encountered another imposing new pathogen enemy that will leave you to discover for yourselves.
That looks like it.
While the Marine
Looks
classes
like a
you play as may
necromorph.
feel familiar,
I swear that looked like a damn necromorph coming after him.
to some of their roles from the first game, these classes are distinct in their new abilities and available weapons. I particularly enjoyed playing as the Duelist, who had dual primary weapon slots. I couldn't help but use both the classic M41A pulse rifle as well as Alien Romulus's F44AA pulse rifle. The Duelist also has various grenade types they can equip, as well as a powerful additional limited-use weapon, the BD-76 Raniax platform rifle. Another class that many players will be sure to use is the Specialist class, which allows you to create your own custom class from scratch. They have primary and signature class weapon slots, and their abilities and perks can be taken from all the other classes to build one that fits your playstyle. Beyond the impressive new presentation, there are also some nice quality of life additions and gameplay tweaks. You can crouch at any time instead of only while in cover like in the first game. 2 players can revive a down Marine or combat synth at once, which accelerates the process. And players are equipped with a new melee stun baton, which can be used to swing at enemies bunching up on you. All the difficulties return from the first game, but they've seen some changes. Enemies are less bullet spongy than the first game on higher difficulties, but the high priority threats will appear earlier and more often. Abilities will also cause friendly fire, and ammo boxes will have a finite supply, forcing you to seek out ammo boxes in another area of the map if your squad relies on one too much. The ammo will eventually respawn, though. We had a blast playing the new Horde mode of Aliens Fireteam Elite 2. It feels like a multiplier was applied to everything we enjoyed about the original title. Enemies are faster and more cunning, combat is more dynamic, and the customization, class building, and challenge cards seem like they'll reach new levels of depth. We can't wait to jump back aboard the Endeavor when the game releases later this summer. This has been Ridgetop from AVP Galaxy, signing off.
Well, I would say, I mean, multiplayer doesn't really affect me because I never play multiplayer in games. I never do. I always prefer a single player option. I don't like playing online. I don't like playing in multiplayer. So it wouldn't matter to me as long as the single player is worthwhile. If the single player is fun, single player is not broken, there's a decent enough story, decent gameplay, then yeah, that'll be fun. So, but I mean, graphic wise, I mean, it looked fun. It looked cool. I mean, someone mentioned it was like, what was the game? Infamous. I never played Infamous, so I'll take your word for it. But never played the first one. But I mean, looked fun enough to me. Hot Toys is a pre-order for a 6-scale Ripley figure. That's pretty cool. Orangutan saws a tree. You sure he saws a tree, right? Not, a person in the tree. Okay, well, I'll take your word. I'll believe you. If he saws a person, I'll be disappointed.
At a jungle hut, this female finds...
I would never give a fucking monkey a goddamn weapon, let alone a saw. Hey there, Alex. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, I would never give any monkey a fucking weapon. Unless I had a weapon of my own called a gun.
It's a saw.
If he's not doing it right, he's fucking up. He'd be fired. He's not finishing the work. I don't know why this one looks animatronic. I know it's not, but I swear this looks fucking fake. This one looked like an animatronic, and this one looked real. I don't know. I guess it's his face. He has one of those fucked up faces. Real orangutan. Did they say it was fake and I missed it? So they might have said. I guess they said it was fake and I missed it. So apologies. I guess they said it was fake.
It's won the day. She certainly earned her rest.
Yeah. I guess they said it was fake and I missed it. Yeah, they said at the end the real orangutan. So I'm like, yeah, that is fake. They said at the end the real orangutan. So yeah, the other one was fake. Well, wait a minute, that doesn't seem, yeah. So nice. But thank you, Deer Hunter, for that. That was cool to watch. I appreciate the kindness. Thank you. Oh, why you message me now? It's like almost 11. Artificial animal. Oh yeah, just like Bishop. Yeah. No, I mean that one seemed pretty stupid. That fake ranting seemed pretty dumb to me. Yeah, I'll make sure to wear gloves and not have a lisp. And I won't be French either, so I'll already be better than Leprechaun in the beginning. I would think. That's just me, though. But yeah, I guess I'll end it here. I mean, it's pretty late. Gone for 3.5 hours now. No problem, Alex Lips. I'm sorry to hear that, but wish you the best. Thanks for stopping by, though. Thanks once again, Predminator, for the request. I'll head on off unless someone wants to send a super chat and keep going. But yeah, I'll head on off. Take care. Have a good night. Don't know when I'll stream next. And yeah, thanks once again, Predminator. Take care. Happy anniversary to Aliens, still a classic. And we'll see you guys later. A 3.5 hour movie. Yes, because I did one for Avatar that I think is on the channel. So yeah, I think I did one for Avatar. And that was, well, it wasn't 3.5 hours. So it was pretty long, but maybe not that long. But Jaws anniversary this year? I mean, it's a classic movie. Just PayPal, Cash App under each video. The links are down below. And whatever is reasonable, I would say for how much, whatever is reasonable. Just make sure it's reasonable and not 50 cents, $1, reasonable, common sense. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Take care. Again to 5145. If you look at my videos in the links down below, there's the PayPal, the Cash App. Again, whatever is reasonable, feel free. We'll get to it when I can. Yeah, because I thought it was 74. Yeah, take care, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye for now. Later.